I'm reacting to your wrestling hot takes. I do these videos once a week, so if you want to participate in next week's hot takes video, make sure you follow me on X or Twitter where you can send me your hot takes when I ask. And hey, as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm confident you're gonna fall in love with this channel, so go ahead and subscribe. I'm ready to lose a few brain cells. Let's get to it. The spinner belt is way overhated, and I consider it as a top 3, maybe top 2 design of the WWE Championship belt. My man, as a Cena fanboy that I am, you couldn't be more fucking wrong. Look, I like the belt for like my own nostalgic reasons because I like Cena, but in no world is that a top 2 championship. No, dude, it's a full-blown abomination. It's like if you had a kid that looked like a complete abomination, you still love that kid. That's how I feel about the John Cena spinner belt. But I'm not gonna go around and putting that abomination of a child into beauty pageants. I'm aware that my child looks like an abomination. I'm aware that the spinner belt is disgusting, and I'm willing to admit that, but no, dude, come on, what are you doing? Dana Brooke gets unnecessary amounts of hate because she is talented, but she never got the ability to show that. I disagree. I think that she got a lot of opportunities on Monday Night Raw. I think those opportunities started to get slowly taken away to the point where she was basically getting nothing, but down in NXT, she was also getting more opportunities, and I think she was doing a really great job in NXT, and I think that she got prematurely released because she was starting to get better and better and better. But I disagree with the statement that she never got the ability to show her skills. Roman Reigns should do both nights of Mania next year. Rock versus Roman night 1, no titles, and Cody versus Roman night 2 for the titles. Both stories are right there, or Cody versus Roman next year and Cody versus Rock 2025. If The Rock is slated to have a match with Roman Reigns, I believe that it's not going to be for the titles. In fact, I think that Roman Reigns won't be champion at all going into the match. If the plan is to do Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, Roman is not going to do double duty. I just don't see that happening. If anything, I see Roman losing the titles to Cody Rhodes at like Elimination Chamber in Australia, or maybe even at the Royal Rumble, setting up a match with the Rock. I just don't see double duty happening. Since Dolph Ziggler is no longer with WWE, imagine all the potential dream matches in AEW/the Indies. Yeah, there's a lot of fantastic potential matchups out there. I think that's one of the bright sides of him getting released, that we're going to get to see him more on screen if he decides to continue with professional wrestling. So yeah, there's definitely the bright side of him getting released, which is that, it opens up to have amazing, phenomenal matches outside of the WWE. All of the releases today were justified. None of them have been being used enough to keep. Like, this is a lie, right? Like, you have Ali like as the one example that completely shatters this take. Like, of course, yeah, sure, some of them were not being used, but not all of the releases were justified by the means of, hey, they weren't being used enough, so get rid of them. It's just objectively false. CM Punk returning to WWE would be bigger than The Rock versus Reigns at WrestleMania. No, and it might have been had CM Punk not already gone to AEW, because now I know what CM Punk back in wrestling looks like. LA Knight would have been released today if he was still part of Maximum Male Models. Dude, I hate that the Maximum Male Models got released. I really liked Mansoor and Mace. I think they were doing a really fantastic job with the gimmick that they were given, but I think you're probably right. I feel like that probably would have been the fate of LA Knight had he continued to be in that group and he not broken out and, strapped himself with a rocket to the top of the card. Ricochet is next in line to take the title off of Gunther, and it makes sense ending the title run where it began, especially after he's built some momentum with Logan Paul in the frequent matches with Nakamura on TV. I don't know what momentum you're talking about, because after his feud with Logan Paul, I felt no momentum. I felt like Logan Paul completely obliterated him in that feud, and the only person that came out looking better in that feud was honestly Logan Paul. In the frequent matches with Nakamura on TV, he's just been getting clowned by Nakamura. I don't know what momentum you're seeing. Maybe you're seeing it from a different angle than I am, but I think Ricochet is nowhere near the level of momentum or the level of popularity needed to beat somebody like Gunther right now. Congratulations to Raw Locker 1 for winning the $400 giveaway from Capital One Shopping. But as I told you guys, the giveaways get crazy from here on out, because the next one is a PlayStation 5 plus a 50-inch LG TV, or $700. The winner can take whichever of the two prizes they prefer. To enter for the $700 giveaway, you just have to click the top link in the description. From there, it'll take you to this beautiful landing page page where you can see the prizes that I've already mentioned, and then click here to enter giveaway. Then enter your email and your username. Please enter something valid because that's where we're going to contact you if you win. And then from there, it'll take you to the Capital One Shopping Extension installer. It's entirely free to install to your browser like Chrome or Firefox. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll take you 10 seconds and it could give you an opportunity to win you some big money. Once you've installed the extension to your browser, that's it. You are in the giveaway. We'll be announcing the winner on Friday over on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/SantiZap, but I'll also announce it here on YouTube. And that's it. Good luck, and let's get back into the video. Viking Raiders as a tag team over the past month is way better than Sami and KO's entire reign as champs. Yeah, dude, the Viking Raiders are absolutely cooking, but again, Sami and KO never really got to get off the ground with their championship reign, so we're not really doing a proper comparison of, like, you know, tag teams in the same situation. Dolph Ziggler should have been used more effectively during his run with WWE. Truly hope AEW capitalizes on the star that he is. The pop he had when he had a Money in the Bank should have been carried longer than it did, and is arguably one of the bigger fumbles of WWE in a while. I would consider this like a fumble if they had released Dolph Ziggler in like 2015 or 2016, but we are now years removed, hell dude, like a decade removed from that Money in the Bank cash in, and they haven't really done anything with him since. He had like that micro feud with The Miz that was awesome for the IC title. He had the feud with the Authority, but aside from that, like, he's basically been in the background doing nothing. So I don't know if it's like a fumble. I think it's a fumble that they didn't use him. I think that's the actual fumble there. I don't think the fumble is that they let him go, because they clearly had no plans for him. They were clearly never going to utilize him to his maximum ability. So I don't know whether I agree with this necessarily. Xavier Woods is world championship material, and he even became the first person to beat the tribal chief, even if WWE doesn't acknowledge it. I mean, the second half, I don't really have much to work with here. What happened, but Xavier Woods as world championship material, maybe one day they have to create a really believable storyline to make this happen. Like, it has to be better than Kofi Mania for anyone to really get behind this, because they did, the King of the Ring, King Woods, that didn't really do anything for us. Like, if they are going to do a world championship run for Xavier Woods, they need to fucking tell the greatest story they've ever told to make us get behind this. Gunther should win the Royal Rumble and the world title while still holding the IC title. He very much deserves to make even more history than he already has. I kind of like this. I kind of like the idea of him being just such a dominant intercontinental champion that he goes into WrestleMania with the belt, challenges for the world title, and walks out with both. That being said, it creates a big problem in terms of how do we get the IC title off him now, because the most likely answer is that he just drops it. Like, they just force him to give back the title. And if that's the case, then whoever wins the Intercontinental Championship, then it's just going to feel like they won a participation ribbon. Like, I think he needs to properly lose that IC title to make the person that beats him for it feel big, make them a star. And if he's holding both titles, I don't see the WWE having the world champion take a clean loss for the IC title. The big dog changing to the tribal chief is the best gimmick change in professional wrestling. It's a good one. I don't think it's the best one. I think I'm going to give that to Rocky Maivia to The Rock, or Stunning Steve Austin to Stone Cold Steve Austin. But sure, it's up there though. It's up. Von Wagner is a hidden gem in NXT and is truly a fantastic worker with a great character that's easy to get behind. I think he could have a beautiful road and underdog-like story with him winning the NXT Championship one day. Where in the world do you find a nearly 300-pound 7-footer being an underdog? No. I like Von Wagner, but I think like the best thing to come from Von Wagner so far is the meme of Come Tuesday. Dolph Ziggler is incredibly overrated, and I never understood the hype about him. I'm sorry he lost his job, but he's still overrated in my opinion. I would say he's overrated in the sense between how much fans adore him versus like what he actually went on to accomplish in the WWE. But what he went on to accomplish within the WWE is not really like Dolph's call. It's purely the WWE's booking, and I think it is a fair statement to say that he is one of the most underutilized WWE superstars of all time. What we love to get behind is the fact that we know Dolph Ziggler would be amazing. We know he could be a fantastic world champion. We know that he's a great character character work who can cut a fantastic promo, and they just never really let him. They never allowed him to flourish. That's why we love Dolph Ziggler the way that we love him. But, you know, I get it. I get it from the perspective of, yeah, well, he didn't even accomplish that much. Why do people love him that much? It's not because of what he accomplished. It's what he could have accomplished. That's the reason why we love Dolph Ziggler. Cody should not end the story. He only uses sympathy for his father's legacy. This is a terribly written sentence, but okay. I'll give you that the whole sympathy for his father's legacy ran its course. People really saw through it and they did not like it. And I think it's very apparent that they've moved away from it. So I think they've listened to you. I don't think that we're going to be hearing the whole, I need to finish the story for my daddy. I think that it's going to be the story of Cody Rhodes if he does have that road to redemption and goes all the way back to the top of the mountain. I don't think that you're going to be seeing, you know, the whole I'm doing this for Dusty thing anymore. Becky Lynn shouldn't have won the NXT title in her first match back in NXT. I think she should have won it at No Mercy. I mean, she could have won it anywhere and it would have been a big deal. I think the purpose of doing it on NXT is to get eyeballs on NXT weekly television, eyeballs that NXT desperately deserves because it is a fantastic show and it's an easier sell to get people to watch something that is already on a cable package on a channel that they already pay for, as opposed to maybe a premium streaming service that they don't have. Roman Reigns' tribal chief theme is one of the greatest themes in history. It fits his persona perfectly, and let's just agree, it's a bop. Dude, I'm with you. I agree, it is a bop. And what a great shift in terms of tone from his big dog theme to this. I think it was a brilliant shift in tone, and it fits his, like you said, it fits his character so well. By the way, this isn't a fucking hot take, so stop pretending like this is a hot take. Everyone likes Roman's theme. I see WWE and AEW working together one day at Forbidden Door or Survivor Series. Like, think about it. It's possible. No. Randy should break the 16-time championship record if he comes back strong enough to go another 5 to 7 years. Hell yeah, brother. I'm with you. I believe that Randy Orton is actually the right guy to break this record because he's the one guy that, even though I'm sure he probably could have, he didn't try to find greener pastures outside of the WWE. He is the loyal one. He is the one that from day one of his career to the very bitter end has stuck with the WWE. And I prefer to have that accolade go to somebody like that as opposed to, as much as it hurts to say, John Cena. I think Cena should be US champ again. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, who would be possibly against this? We have seen Cena elevate not just the championship, but elevate the entire division, everyone that is vying for that championship. That championship is doing nothing for anyone at the moment. If you put this thing on Cena, I think Cena can make this much watched television and elevate people alongside elevating the championship as well. I think this is a great idea. Triple H is arguably the best heel of all time and is the reason why he books heels so well. Yeah, Triple H is one of the greatest heels of all time. Duh, agree with you. But yeah, I think you're right. I think this is why he loves booking heels. I love that you pointed this out because funnily enough, I think championships have been doing the best when they are on heels and they feel less important when they are on baby faces. And I think it's because Triple H isn't great at booking baby faces. I think he's fantastic at booking heels, and I think you nailed it on the head. I think you're 100% right. The steel cage is the most unrealistic match stipulation in WWE history. I don't know about the word unrealistic. Like, what do you mean by unrealistic? I will say, I think it's cheesy that you can win by escaping through the door. I think that's fucking lame. I think that's ridiculous. I think that, sure, okay, if you want the heel to be able to win by escaping, then sure, but make them have to climb. But like, why would you ever climb if you can go out the fucking door? That's why it's a dumb stipulation. Lock the goddamn door and don't let them win by escaping through the door. It needs to be pinfall submission or escape over the cage. That's it. That should be the only way that you win in the steel cage match. Dominic Mysterio should be world champion one day. He's one of the most over heels we've ever seen in the WWE. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, he's so young, dude. He's only 26. Like, we're talking like this man still has 20 plus years left in his career. And if he continues in this trajectory, I don't see how the WWE doesn't make him a heel champion at some point or another, whether it's in his 30s or 40s or somewhere. You got to keep pushing and putting belts on the guys that are getting the best fan reactions. And there's no denying that Dominic Mysterio is that guy. Would you say, oh, it doesn't feel earned? It would be be cheesy to have him as the champion. I think that'd be the point. The point wouldn't be to have him be this strong, beloved champion. It would for him to be a snively, annoying weasel of a champion, and I think he could do a great job at playing that role. Mania 25, Shawn versus Taker is a top 3 Mania match of all time and the best match in Taker's streak. Wow! What other hot takes do you have? Did you want to tell me that ice is cold? Perhaps you want to tell me that fire is hot. My goodness, man, where did you pull out this hot take? This is crazy. Putting as much eyeballs on the product as humanly possible matters more than Meltzer stars rating, to be honest. Meltzer star rating doesn't mean jack shit. It only means shit to us, like the overly analytical wrestling fans that live on the internet. We're the only ones that care about what that dude has to say. Frankly, I've stopped caring what this dude has to say because it's literally just his opinion. I don't know why we've glorified it to having his measure of wrestling matches be the measure of wrestling matches. I think no one should give a shit about these star ratings, frankly. So sure, I agree with you. WWE should have the commentary team say words here and there during promos like back in the Ruthless Aggression era. Oh shit, you're right. They don't do that anymore. Commentators really are dead silent during promo. Dude, I genuinely hadn't noticed until you pointed this out. But yeah, I like when, you know, like JR or the King would have their own little quips during promos. I like that. So yeah, let's bring it back. All right, that's it. I'm done. Get out of here. I'll see you in next week's video. Follow me on Twitter if you want to be involved next week. Cheers.